I'm showing you how to actually put the canvas on your boards when you're trying to make these for your classroom. It's the best way to have students keep their area clean. If you allow them to work on their desks, then you're scraping plastic, no, paper, no. You want to have clay boards. Now, what I've done is just made some small clay boards to show you, and this is a 1/2-inch plywood piece, and I put the crappiest bit to the back. I'll just show you again. It's got holes in it, knots of the wood, whatever. I'm not all that technical with it. But you're going to put the good side, this side, down on top of your canvas that I cut, 3 inches bigger than the actual board. Then you pull up one side of the canvas and take your handy dandy staple gun and staple the middle. And it's really loud. Then you go across, do another one straight across. This is in the middle. I'll show you what to do after that in a second. Again, oh yeah, run out of staples right at the right time. It always happens. Just a word about the staples. I've got 1/2-inch plywood and I'm using 3/8 of an inch staple because you don't want it to come right the way through, right? So I'm just double checking. Yeah, handy dandy, works real well. It always happens in the middle of a demonstration, something goes wrong. So then you have to be verbose and you have to chit chat about all sorts of things. So anyway, like I was saying, I'm using a 3/8 inch staple, and of course this one's in the wrong package. That won't do. Put it into your staple gun very carefully, zip it back, and don't talk while you're moving it because it's noisy. Then you pull it over, like I was saying, and do the middle. So you've got the two sides done across from each other. Then you're going to do the same thing to the other two. Remember, you're just doing this in the middle. Now you can get fancy, as I've done on some of the other ones, and you can tuck in the canvas before you staple. I just was in a hurry and did it this way. It doesn't much matter. So now you're doing it in the middle and in the middle. Now, no matter whether I'm standing, putting all my weight on this or not, you're going to have the staples that stick up. So have a hammer handy and start whacking them down. We don't say banging in junior high. We don't say sphere. We say whacking. So you're going to start with this. And what's happening is you are keeping this canvas tight. I'm just going to show you instead of doing every little staple. Once you've got the middle ones done, you go from the inside out almost to the corner. Don't do your corners yet. And this top part, you see, I went this way. Bottom, I went the opposite way. It's very important. Then, same thing here. This way and that way. Now you're creating a tension, right? So the next thing you're going to do, once you've got these done, is actually do right across from the other staple, on the other side, another staple, and you're actually pulling it in and towards the edge, so you're tightening up the canvas on this side. You don't want loose, bubbly canvas. That's the whole purpose. Now, the neat part about this technique is you can upholster your chairs this way, and you just pull the plywood off. Make sure you have the spongy stuff on top, batting or fiber, whatever you use, and then you put your fabric around, staple it, put it down, ta-da, you have a chair. Now, in the art world, and if you're a painter, you already know how to do this because you do your canvases this way. Once you've got your canvas all stretched tightly, you prime it and it tightens it even more, and off you go. You're an artist, right? That's the second one. Third one I've got them all stapled down to the corners, and like I said, I just tucked that in. It's the raw edge in me, you don't want to do that. have it loose and looking crappy. And what I did in these corners before I showed you is I also pulled out and stapled right in to where the two sides meet on both sides. And what you're going to do now is, now that you've got all four of your sides out to the edges, you're going to, as best you can, there's better techniques I'm sure, but as best you can, you're going to pull this in, tuck it, pull it, get it out of the way. Now you'll find you have a raised area, and that's not a bad thing, because say you didn't have your staples in, you're not scraping on the top of your desks, right? So they've got a little buffer there when they're done. Okay, so this last one, you've got all four sides done. Put a big number 1 on the back because this one's yours. You are, after all, number 1 in the classroom. Put your name and hey, it's yours. I have them all numbered because I assign each and every student to have their own board. They usually share it. I have 2 students on a board that's about this size. It's going to sit exactly on the top of their desks so they don't have messes to clean up. You don't have messes to clean up. It's got a number on the back. I keep a class list with each and every person's number on it so that when they forget, which they do, you can tell them. And they can keep this clean or not. Doesn't matter to you. The dry clay will fall off. It gets a little dusty and it does tend to dry the clay out, but hey, this is up to the students. That's their job. They clean the board after so that next day when they pull it out, they can go ahead and make their masterpieces. Now the other thing, I know I said this in the book, but I'm saying it one more time. You want your boards to not stack in your cupboard. You want them upright so a little air can circulate and you don't have green, slimy, moldy stuff growing in there. The kids don't like that. I don't know why. So you want to have a cupboard where you can just slide them in this way and you've got everything handled. Remember, it's a great way. It's a great thing to do. Thank you. I wanted to tell you one thing. This is my quilt at the back. I wanted to tell you that it took me 11 years to make this one. Teaching took up my life, so my hobbies were very limited. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks. Here's a close-up shot of having done the 4 sides, partly done, as I show you in the technique. I just wanted you to see a close-up of it in case it wasn't very visible in the original.